So, good morning. This experience is a full body oil massage, Ayurvedic oil massage called Abhyanga. 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 An Abhyanga is a practice, an Ayurvedic practice that supports the idea of intimacy, which is the theme for today. There's nothing more intimate than being in touch with yourself. And this is when there is no intimacy, you can almost guarantee that you are not in touch with yourself. You are not in touch with your body. You're somehow disconnected with your body. You are not in touch with your mind. There's some disconnect there, and definitely your emotions and your heart. And so this practice is an opportunity to come back to yourself, to come back to your heart, to understand, get to know yourself in a different way, in a more intimate way, and to love yourself up. Okay? Snigdha is what the quality of the oil is. And snigdha and sneha, it means to love, like it means self-love. And it's like this big hug that you are giving yourself every day. And not only is it a physical practice, but at the same time, say to yourself, have a conversation with yourself. And in that, it's what is this vehicle that has carried you around? I call it sometimes the suitcase of your soul. The suitcase that has been carrying you around your entire lifetimes up till this point. And how have you treated that suitcase? Have you packed it full where the zipper could barely close? Did you throw it around and beat it up? And did you, is it bruised and battered? Is it somehow been on the bottom of the pile and everything else just piles up on top of it? So where are you in that? Where have you been treating your suitcase? And how can you start to take care of it, even repair it a little bit, even more? And so battering it and abusing it with words, with narrative, is just as detrimental as battering it or abusing it on a physical level, if not more in some cases. Because of the healing practice or the restoration that can occur on a physical level tends to be faster. It tends to be a little bit more, the body will do it. Just the body will do it very unconsciously. But to repair what's happened, the damage on the inside or the mental damage, takes much more work. So this is the practice for that. I have many people who have experienced, clients who have experienced deep disassociation. So either something that has happened to their body, to them, and that this is a source of pain for them. Their body is a source of deep pain. And so better not even pay attention to it, because that just causes me more pain. And that I give them this practice, and when they do this practice, some of them have come to me and said, I cannot believe, like something so simple, you're oiling yourself, you're just touching yourself in specific ways, and for them to say, I am so surprised that this is the only time of the day that I feel like myself. I also have clients that have conditions, neurological conditions, and that's a deep, you lose contact, you lose connection with yourself. You forget a lot of things. And those are the moments where if you can feel like yourself again, that will stick. That connection every day will start to grow and rebuild. Otherwise, it just gets further and further and further apart. And so this is a practice that I encourage you to do with whatever oil, I'll talk about oils later, but this is a base of almond oil, and which is a great oil for all doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. It also has some neem and for natural sunscreen, and some organic lavender, just a little bit of essence. So I'm going to ask that you will receive the oil as such. So your right hand is on the bottom, your left hand is on top, and this is the receiving. So left side is receiving. And so you're receiving this tool to the healing energy, to infuse your body with intention. So just create an intention. We are here with all the elements. In Ayurveda, we have what elements? Okay. Water, air, earth, fire, and space, or ether. Okay, so we have all these elements. So in this environment, allow yourself to really soak up. This is the idea of you're ingesting, you're soaking up, you're soaking in your intention and the natural beauty. You are the microcosm of the macrocosm. You are a reflection of all of this. And so if you are ingesting all of this beauty, that will be reflected inside of you, and it'll come out. So you ingest it through, this is the vehicle to pull it into your body, this beauty, and the natural elements that already make you up. And so as you receive the oil, it'll be just a little bit at a time. Why? Is because have you ever seen rain on very parched land? Have you ever seen it rain when there's like really, really parched, dry land? What happens to the rain?
Just absorbs.
Does it absorb? It actually bounces off. It doesn't absorb because it's so parched. The land is so parched that it's just, it bounces off. It's not ready for it. It needs, if it's like pummeling rain, it doesn't go in just yet. So it needs a little bit, a drop at a time. Then the soil or the earth is prepared for full absorption. And that's what you're doing, is preparing your body. The first round will prepare your body for the absorption of the rest. Okay, so I'll come around and do a few rounds. So we'll go long on the bones, long ways, long strokes on the bones, and then circumferential strokes around the joints. And then when you come to your belly, it's up the right side, up the ascending colon, across the transverse colon, down the descending colon on the left. So it's up the right, down the left. Okay, so you can massage there. Massage your hips, your breasts, your back, your buttocks. And as you're massaging, as you're ingesting, what are you saying to yourself? How can you love yourself, accept yourself, forgive yourself in intention and in words? Okay, legs, knees, and to the ankle. All right, and if you need help with your back, maybe you ask your friend. We're going to do a majority of this in silence, but if you need to, ask your friend to, put some on your back, just make that gesture. And then afterwards, when you feel you've had enough, and like kaphas and pittas, you might have enough oil. That might be, a few rounds might be enough for you. You're like, you can see it on the surface of your skin. That means that you are already not the parched land that vatas tend to be, okay? You can go, and when you're ready, sit in the sun somewhere. Sit in the sun and let this, this is the act of, so this is sneha, and then the sun, the fire on your skin is swedan. Swedan is the heat that makes the oil sink in just a little bit more. Your pores will open up, you start to sweat, and that will bring out the toxins, and the oil goes in and the toxins come out. And then when you feel ready, you can go into the ocean, wash it off. You could even, if you want to beforehand, use the sand to exfoliate and draw the toxins out a little more if you wish, and then go into the water. Okay, and then once you're in the water, just be free. Have experience whatever it is that you experience. And this is ultimately a sense of a rebirth, something new, so that when you walk back, see the world with new eyes. You've just taken in this world. Can you see it with a different lens, through a different perspective, and come out anew? Okay? Think of that. And then we'll meet back in the yoga studio for 9 o'clock class. Okay, so you have about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes here. All right.